Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Allan, and I'm from the University of Manchester. And we're going to tell you about Thrive, a social innovation business that we want to start in. Maybe Emily will tell us more. Emily, please.
We'd like to start the social enterprise in Uganda. So first we want to give you a little bit of context. Uganda is located in East Africa. They have a population of 39 million people. Their rural population is at 70%. And their major economic activity is in agriculture. The problem is that Uganda has a very young population. 80% of their people, or 31.2 million, are under the age of 30. Of that 80%, 50% are under the age of 15. Their unemployment rate is at 60%, though some estimate it to be as high as 85%. So as you can imagine, when these young people begin looking for jobs, it's a bit difficult. Only 2 out of 10 can find gainful employment. So if you can't find a job, then what do? Keep in mind that these are young people, so maybe they'll turn to drugs. Maybe some of the girls will turn to prostitution. Maybe some of the brave ones will get into politics. Maybe some of the adventurous ones will start a business. But there are problems there as well. So these people have limited access to technology, which they also have a lack of funding, which can create a low quality product. And if you have a low quality product, that can limit your market, and the problems that they face are endless. So Allan's going to come in with a solution.
So the solution that we're looking at is a one-stop center for all kinds of things that can be done. So at the start, we say 70% of the population is involved in agriculture, of which again 70% lives in the rural areas. So it means that what we're actually proposing is something that is, when we say technological here, we're not saying you're going to go and bring perhaps your drip irrigation system which has computers or something. So we're looking at technology that is at the level of the people that we are dealing with. So preservation here may be things like low-tech chemicals, or perhaps technology at this stage at the applied level could also be things like, what can I say? This drip irrigation using bags, polythene bags, if some of you have seen it. So that's what we are looking at, solutions that can be tailored to this kind of population. Then again, the human-centered approach, that's what the professor was talking about earlier in the morning. We are looking at empathy. We're going to find out what are these people, what's their level of education, how do they understand the world. You may think your understanding of the world is the same as all the people. So we have a human-centered approach to our solution. Then we are looking at robust thinking. Again, here we are thinking innovation. There must be some kind of innovation. There must be something that you're providing that is unique to the market. So again, our solution will be tailored around innovation and robust thinking. Then we have a you-first approach. Again, this is building from the human-centeredness. We are looking at, if you come to us, what exactly do you want to do? Where are you going? Where are you at? So again, even as we change, we seek to help you with your business, we're also seeking to change your mindset about perhaps the world, how you view profits, how you view all kinds of things. So again, we have the you-first approach. Then in terms of value addition, this is something that I'm sure every one of us knows. We are looking at low-level value addition at this stage, even then, like I said earlier. So we are looking at, maybe someone talked about tomatoes earlier in the morning. We are looking at how you can make powder out of tomatoes, for example, or how you can squeeze juice, how you can clean up your fruits and just put them in a small pack, and then perhaps get them to a market you can earn more from. Then ultimately, really, this is about economic sustainability. If you come from where I come from, the part of the world where I come from, you will know that people grow food to eat, and then whatever balance there is, they take to the market. And if it's not bought in the market, then it will rot away somewhere. So the essence of what we are trying to do, we are saying the food that is wasted, all the food that perhaps is not sold, how can we preserve it, or how can we market it, or add value to it by processing it, for example, and then people can earn more from it, and then instead of doing subsistence farming, we have people being more, people benefiting more commercially, and eventually there will be economic sustainability. So ultimately, this is our goal, and I want to be humble enough to say that it scares me. When you look at technology, some of the ideas that have been presented here, I was thinking, like, we're looking at bringing technology to a country that the internet's provision is at perhaps 4%. Okay? But we are saying, sorry, this place is going to be a technology hub. And we are looking at positioning Uganda as a place where agriculture is the dominant economic activity. In fact, it's already the dominant economic activity, but we are positioning it as the commercial activity in that part of the country. Eastern Central Africa, the food hub should be Uganda. And then we are looking at a bigger market. It should not just be Eastern Central Africa, we are looking at Africa perhaps, Europe, all globally. We are looking at products, Uganda being known for certain products, and those products being agriculture. Then ultimately, as the Ugandans begin to benefit from this commercial market, perhaps they will become more capital intensive, and perhaps they will attract capital into that market. So ultimately, we are looking at, this is what it would look like at the economic level, at the country level, if I'm to put it that way. We're looking at technology developing, a good position in East Africa as a food hub, and then a market that is viable, sustainable, and where people benefit from, and that has the capital that we need to even further our research or technology or any other developments at this level. Yeah, so that's what we are about. Thank you.
Do you have something very specific? It sounds very general. Do you have anything specific? So when you have 60% unemployment, you need to create, money has to come from somewhere else. It doesn't come from internal, right? You need to really generate some business to draw money in. You need to create a buying power first, and then you can generate internal market. You know, if you look at China 20 years ago, the internal market is not there, but by doing a lot of service outside China, we bring a lot of money to China, and slowly you bring up your internal consumption capacity, and then now you have very large domestic market, and now it's become very powerful. You have domestic market, international market. So in the region, you have 60% unemployment, it means your buying power is very low. You try to create internal business, you're taking money out of people who don't have a lot of money to begin with. So I think the strategy need to be able to compete with, to sell services or put product to a region where people can buy a product, so that you draw capital into a region and you can do next thing.
Yeah,
Professor Howdy, maybe you comment on it.
So I think this is exactly my question on out, right? You have to do out. Here, you have to help them to export, find a way to create value so that they can export. Otherwise, people are not able to buy your product, even if you create best food or best food. The local people may not have enough buying power. That's what the professor is having.
and I appreciate that. It's actually same line. That's my exact thinking, and that's why when I said that we are looking at not just Uganda as a market, the whole idea is that the Ugandans can't buy because they don't have that kind of purchasing power. But also, of course, we are relying on the fact that, I mean, there's oil exploration starting next year, so perhaps some more money will come into the economy. But ultimately, we are saying we are adding value because we want to export. We want to attract money into the Ugandan economy. That's what we are looking at.
Okay.
My follow-up question to this is that, how do you gain the trust of people to come to you? You two young, energized, and passionate, but I'm a Ugandan farmer. Why would I trust you that you can help me?
I will appear there and be nice. Anyway, my thinking is really running around. I've done some work in the Ugandan market. I've been dealing with farmers, and I've been dealing with organizations like Allan and all these organizations. I think my level, and I'm a farmer myself. I do this. I've been doing it for years. So my thinking is really at the level of demonstration farms. I'll start with my own farm. And in terms of communication, it's going to be at the local level. People get to know what you're doing, you show them what is in it for them, and then perhaps as we build more trust, we can scale it up.
I would explain a little better on what you're doing, because I don't seem to really get it. Are you saying, are you guys going to have a center where people can come and train, or where you train people, and where is it going to be located? I don't know, and what are you going to be teaching these people? Like, are you going to just be teaching them everything based on small, scale, small scale enterprises, or it's just, I think it's a little bit ambiguous.
Okay. I started by saying that it's going to be a one-stop center where you can come in for all sorts of things. That seems general. But I broke it down with the technology and everything. We're looking at a place where you can come in for information, like kind of a hub. At first, it's going to be really a hub, but for information. Then ultimately, we shall build, if we gain the trust and the capital, then we can build a place where people come to test what they are processing or what they want to build, prototypes for different kinds of technologies or things. So it's going to be what you would call an innovation hub, but more like a testing center. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Actually, there's a particular concern that I have with the business plan, and
Yeah.
that has to do with the flow, how you want to manage the 3 flows. Because when you were listing the technology and everything, I realized that you kind of have a lot to do. And then I know that somehow you have to determine what you should be doing at a particular time, because I know because of the peculiarity of Uganda, for instance, you may not be able to do everything at once. So what are you doing concerning the question of what you should be doing, your priority, understand? So what are you doing about that?
So my priority at the first stage, I must say this is at the idea stage. I haven't even started. So, but this is what I'm thinking, because from my experience with working with farmers, the challenge has been market. So in terms of the what, my first, the moment I start, it's going to be about market. We are going to be looking at how do we position ourselves to market our products. So it's going to be perhaps packaging. I don't know, at this stage I may not be able to give you a straight answer, but I know that market is going to be the very center of what I'll be doing in the next few months.
I'm sorry, just very briefly. Are you going to employ people to teach people these professional skills? So how do you intend to pay these people? Are they coming in for free to teach people that are going to learn these skills? Are they all coming in for free, the teachers of these people? Do you have any means of paying them or rewarding them, those that come and teach them?
Yeah, so the idea behind the social business really is about how you can get community to support you in different ways. So I have a couple of friends with whom we have been doing training in different areas, but we have been doing it voluntarily. So we want to do it as a social business. So there will be clinics which are organized, and people will be coming in, receive maybe financial advice, mentoring, whichever kind of advice that we can give at that stage.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.